In Ghost's final moments, we were led to believe that everyone wanted Ghost dead. And they did. But what if I told you that Tommy, and possibly even Tasha, may have been taking part in one of the biggest diversions in power history this entire time? In part 1, I showed you how each perspective was different from one another. In today's video, I will be pointing out a number of moments from both Tommy and Tasha after the supposed death of Ghost that are very suspect and eye-opening. Please stay tuned to the end of the video where I will unfold what really happened between Tommy and Tasha in the finale of last season. In Ghost and Tommy's second to last conversation that we saw on screen, there seemed like there was something left out that we were not shown.
Keisha wasn't you. I know that now.
Yeah, I fucking told you that.
Yeah, well, you ain't exactly the trustworthy type, G.
Come on, look, Tommy,
Keisha wasn't you. I know that now, Tommy. You could have believed me in the first place. Well, you ain't exactly the trustworthy type, G.
I believe that before the shootout occurred, we may have not been shown Ghost telling Tommy about his suspicions that he had about Tariq wanting to kill him. Later on in episode 13, minutes before Tariq shot Ghost, we saw Tariq and Tommy meet up. In this scene, we saw Tommy telling Tariq that he was completely wrong about Ghost killing Lakeisha. But I believe that once Tariq told Tommy that he wouldn't get in the way of stopping Dre from killing Ghost, I believe that Tommy may have immediately contacted Ghost after Tariq left. Just look at how Tommy was looking at Tariq after he walked away. Because in the scene directly after their conversation, we see Tommy heading to Club Truth until he gets interrupted by Vincent, in which we ended up learning that Tariq was the one who tipped off the Italians about Tommy, which led to Tommy killing Vincent and making it to Club Truth a minute too late after Ghost was shot. But I believe we were not shown on camera Tommy informing Ghost that Dre and possibly even Tariq were headed to Club Truth to kill him. If we go back to the final scene with Tommy holding Ghost after he got shot by Tariq, we saw Tommy leave, Tariq walking out the side door of Club Truth, and the ambulance appear all within minutes simultaneously. Which is why I believe one or two things may explain how the ambulance got there so quickly. In Season 1 Episode 3, there was a woman that overdosed at Club Truth. In this scene we see Kentos tell Ghost, "Good thing you have an EMT on standby." And in Season 6 we saw Tommy use his own ambulance service to kidnap Alicia Jimenez. What this all means is that one or two things could be possible. Either Ghost always had the ambulance on standby ever since Season 1, or Tommy may have had his ambulance vehicle on standby in the garage of Club Truth after he relayed the message back to Ghost of Tariq and Dre coming to the club to kill him. If we just look at the timing of everything after Ghost was shot, it really doesn't add up. There is no way an ambulance would arrive within minutes of Ghost getting shot, unless the ambulance was already at Club Truth. Which is why I believe that Ghost may have had the security guard alert him the minute that he saw Tariq return back to the club. And I believe the reason Tommy left Ghost laying on the ground was so that he could go alert the security guard to pull around back to assist Ghost into the ambulance. Keep in mind that we never saw Ghost getting onto the ambulance, we only saw the ambulance pull off as Tariq exited the club. And we didn't see Tommy again on screen until the next day after everything took place. And we also never saw the police investigators confirm Ghost's dead body like we have seen with numerous other deaths in Power. Another thing that is very suspect was the scene in Season 1 when we see Tommy tell Tariq that he promised Ghost that he wouldn't kill him. But we never saw Tommy make Ghost this promise. We only saw Ghost tell Tommy to let him go in the final moments of Season 6. Which is why I believe Tommy may have been speaking in present tense. In this same episode, we saw Cooper Saxe have Tasha bait Tommy in by having her be in a location where Tommy would know where she was. This was the episode when Tommy faked his death. In this scene, it just seemed like Tasha intentionally tried to get away from Tommy instead of staying on his trail as Cooper Saxe told her to. Ask yourself this question: as long as Tasha knew Tommy, and already knowing what he was capable of, do you think she really believed that he actually died in that high-speed chase scene? Which brings me to Tasha. Now we already know that Tasha and Ghost didn't end on good terms, and on screen it was portrayed as if Tasha wanted Ghost dead as well. But there are a few moments on screen that may say otherwise. In the final episode, we saw Tasha tell her boyfriend Q that she would convince Ghost to sign the divorce papers if she had him cornered inside the club.
I want to finalize our divorce, but he keeps avoiding signing the papers. He's hosting this big event at his club tonight in the meatpacking district. I'll just corner him there and he can't get out of it.
As you just saw, there was something off with the look that she gave him, and her plan of cornering Ghost into signing the papers seemed very unbelievable. Tasha knew that there was nothing that she could do to get Ghost to sign those papers. Which is why I believe that this may have been a ploy for Tasha. Fast forward to the scene where Tasha and her boyfriend pull up to Club Truth. He asks her for the address to the club, but she then tells him that he doesn't need to know the address, and proceeds to tell him to pull up on the corner. This also is very suspect. Just look at her facial expression after she kisses Q as she gets out of the car. If Tasha's intent was to get Ghost to sign the divorce papers, then why did she enter the club through the garage and go inside one of Ghost's vehicles? I believe one thing could explain her real intentions that night. As I said in part 1, every character's perspective was different. And I believe that none of the perspectives really showed what really happened that night. Which is why I believe that Tasha really went to Club Truth to see if Tariq would really show up to kill Ghost. Once Tariq didn't reply back to her text, this gave Tasha confirmation that Tariq was actually going to go through with it. Which is why she took her gun with her before she left the house. To prevent Tariq from killing Ghost. But she was too late. But the main question I have in all of this is, why did Tasha go into the garage first instead of just going straight to Ghost? And why did Tasha seem like she was hiding her true intentions with her new boyfriend? This makes me think that there could be a slight possibility that Tasha may have actually been in contact with Ghost before she even made her way to the club. But if we fast forward to last season of Power Book 2 Ghost, I believe that there is one moment that took place that is the biggest giveaway that has happened so far. When we saw Tommy and Tasha pretend that they were still beefing in front of Tariq until Tasha knocked Tariq unconscious. Just look at how this scene was shot. Very similar to the final episodes in Season 6.
And then thank God your mother knocked you the fuck out, because you was about to shoot.
I love you, but I'll put a bullet in you to stop you from killing my mother.
I just saved your life, Tommy.
I believe that the flashback scene that showed Tasha knocking Tariq unconscious and her conversation with Tommy left out a major part of their conversation. This entire scene with Tasha and Tommy was out of place. Both Tommy and Tasha's interaction seemed off as well. If Tommy was really gonna kill Tasha, he wouldn't have done as much talking as he did. Here's what I think may have happened. Once Kate Egan contacted Tommy and told him about the envelope that was dropped off by Monet, in which we later found out it was Diana who dropped the envelope off. I believe Tommy immediately contacted Ghost and informed him of Tasha's location being compromised. From here, Ghost may have put the play in motion to have Tommy give the envelope to 2-Bit and have him convince Tariq into trading cars for the envelope. And from there, Ghost could have had Tommy go to Tasha's location to take out the agents that were protecting Tasha. Think about it for a second. Ghost killed 2 birds with 1 stone by pulling off this plan. He had 2-Bit switch cars with Tariq so that the Tejadas wouldn't recognize Tariq in a new car. And he had Tommy take out the witness protection agents because he knew that this would cause Tasha to have to relocate. So the Tejadas wouldn't be able to come after her. This is something that someone like Ghost would be able to pull off. And on a side note, do you really think Tommy didn't see Tariq and Yasmin as he was pulling up? Like I said before in the past, I believe once Ghost returns we will get either a flashback episode showing us what really happened the night Tariq shot him, or we will get multiple flashbacks showing us the true perspective of how things went down. One thing that I have noticed with the last 2 seasons of Power Book 2 Ghost, we have gotten more flashbacks than we ever did with the OG Power series. I believe the groundwork is continuing to be laid for the return of Ghost. He won't just randomly pop up in the finale without any context or explanation of how he is still alive. Now I have heard the rumors of Omari being on the set for Season 3 of Force, and I am well aware of Season 4 of Power Book 2 Ghost being the last season. I am also aware of the spin-off titled Origins that was recently announced. Tune into my next video where I will explain what I believe really is at play with everything. For now, all I will say is that we have seen this same scenario happen when the OG Power series ended. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for all things within the Power universe. See you all next time in the universe of Power.